Hey guys, welcome back to the International Boat Builders Exhibition and Conference, better known as IBEX. Today we will be reviewing lithium battery companies that are up and coming or that are already really prominently established and just need a little bit of exposure for awesome products. There were 16 battery companies in this show. I did not reach all 16, but I feel like I got the most prominent ones. So we're going to go through those specific companies and what they bring new to the table. Before we begin, let me start by saying most all these batteries are extremely expensive, and I personally am not going to buy one out of the sheer expense. But what I have been buying in bulk are these Power Queen Lithium. Not only are they pretty awesome, they're like PO4, that's the new standard for extremely safe marine batteries. This is their 100 amp hour mini, and compared to a standard 100 amp hour or Group 31 battery, it's pretty small and compact. It's actually going to save my project. Look how cheap they are, $239. That's cheaper than like an AGM that I bought from the battery store the other day. And their 50 amp hour is only like 9 pounds, and it's $100 less than that. I never thought I'd see the day when lithiums could be that inexpensive and still very effective. There are for sure a few others floating around on Amazon that are about the same price, but Power Queen is the one I've specifically used in about 3 boats now and can personally vouch for their quality out of the box. Truly, the sheer inexpensiveness to strength ratio makes me never want to ever buy another battery again. I'll probably use these for the rest of the time I boat. They have an updated BMS that covers overcharging and over discharging, so the battery's safe no matter what. The only thing it doesn't have is Bluetooth and some of the other fancy things you'll see in some of these other batteries in this video, but other than that, if you don't need those things, this thing is good to go. They can be used for everything except for starter batteries, which is why I have that lead acid starter battery there. But other than that, if you're interested, we have the links listed in the description below. Go ahead and check them out. And without further ado, let's get into this. First up, we had Battleborn batteries. You can just look by their design that they're really meant for very major applications. They have batteries specifically shaped in ways that no other batteries here at the show are shaped. And they also have products that nobody else has. They have 7 batteries within their line, and they come with a wide array of things like this to include self-heating, 10-year warranty. But the one thing that caught my eye was they had an alternator regulator. Lithium batteries have been notorious for ruining alternators on motors where the alternator is not rated for lithium. This unit will charge anything from lead acid all the way to lithium, 12 all the way to 48 volt. Doesn't matter, it's pretty sweet, you should check it out. There's the info. Secondly, we have LBP batteries. The thing that stood out to me most, other than their quality, was their amp hour spread. If you notice, the higher in voltage a battery goes, the less amp hours it generally has. Like for the 24 volt and 36 volt, you generally find a 50 or a 60 amp hour max. To find anyone over 100 is insane, and these go all the way up to 120, even at 48 volt. And this gentleman shows me just how light the 48 volt 120 amp hour battery is, but just to make sure that he's not some superhuman person marketing false advertising for a battery that's actually really heavy, I go ahead and pick it up and check it out myself. Yeah, it's pretty light. That's a game changer, because half the problem with like electric outboards is the sheer weight of the batteries. That is not a problem with these guys. Another prominent one is EBIC batteries. Now, I'm always really happy to see a high amp hour battery that is just small for its size. That's a 300 amp hour battery. It's the size of a general 100 amp hour battery, and their 105 amp is the general size of a 60 amp hour or Group 24 battery. So we're got a lot of bang for the buck for each battery size. But that alone wasn't the crown jewel. This was their most epic battery. It's a 460 amp hour 12 volt battery with all the sweet add-ons. It's got dip switches in case you're wanting to link multiple batteries in series. Has a direct power button right to the battery, but you can extend a power button out to any place on your boat or your RV and just press it, and all of a sudden the batteries are on. And you can also get a digital readout screen like the one that you see here to monitor the batteries and their state all the time. And the one behind it is a slightly smaller 300 and some odd amp hour battery. I mean, if you're going on long offshore trips or just off-grid camping, this is the battery that I personally would want. And as far as apps go for battery monitoring, this one is definitely up there in some of the best I've seen ever. It gives you the exact charge of each cell in the battery. You can get complete customer service line, wide support. So, you know, when you spend a lot of money into a company that's actually worth it, you get what you pay for. This specifically, look at it. It gives you state of charge, any changes and variations. Link all your batteries to the app and it will check all of them at a fly. You just got to click a button and view them. And then there was my personal favorite. Not saying that it's the best, but in terms of the best for me, I just like the strength to weight ratio and size, strength to size ratio of these batteries. Look at the 24 volt 75, 24 volt 100. Again, with the 36 105. We're seeing higher amp hours for these 24 and 36 volt packages. You really need that for like bass boats with small compartments. And again, with their chargers. It charges all your house and starter 12 volt batteries and also your 24 or 36 volt lithium battery pack that's specifically for your trolling motor. The battery chargers in conjunction with the batteries sizes and strengths and weight themselves, my personal favorites. But there's another one really close. I could also see myself getting these. They're Norse batteries. I somehow botched filming this. I don't know what I did with the film, but they have really good stuff. Check this out. For starters, they have a really good battery spread. Look at that. That is a lot of batteries and a lot of diverse batteries. The voltage to amp hour ratio for the size of the battery was also very good, like some of the others. But they had heated cells here. So there are only 2 battery companies I saw that actually had heated core technology like this. And that's for the super cold climates where apparently it really affects charging. So you had heated and non-heated versions, and you also had 14.8 volt batteries, and these are for high-end electronics. No other battery company at the show was doing this. And though many of them had a Bluetooth app, this one was by far the best. You could actually monitor all your batteries at once. With just a glance, it shows you the current state of all batteries in line as long as they're linked to the app. That was the best one. Truthfully, Norse might have actually been the best battery company if it weren't for their chargers, which are very basic. You see these companies put all this effort into their batteries and they just get these basic run-of-the-mill chargers. Abyss was the only one where the quality of the batteries matched the quality of the chargers. There's also Lithium Pros, which also had a very impressive spread of batteries. Their strength to weight ratio for the size. Lithium Pros has been around for a while. Now, surprisingly, a lot of these battery companies have been around for like over a decade, and I just now knew about them. But for this battery company, we knew about them. They have really good stuff. You can see at the top, there's only a few battery companies that we interviewed that actually have advanced layouts on top of the battery itself, other than just terminals. And Lithium Pros had several advanced battery layouts to include start buttons, cord connections to link starter buttons elsewhere or to possibly to charge. Definitely check out their website and learn more about them. I didn't have the time to really run through and question the rep. Not that they were unwilling, I just didn't have the time. But there's so many questions I have because of the more advanced features you can visibly see that I just didn't check into. Like that cord sticking to the side of the top. What does it do? And also this 36 volt, same thing. What does it do? It is a really good size. They're also based out of the US. All these batteries are assembled out of Tennessee. And in my experience, it's much easier to work with and hold accountable a company that is US based if you need to get something done or replaced. So it's definitely a plus there. And before we go, an honorable mention that I botched filming on but got to check out their product and saw that it was pretty good is ProGuide Lithium. They got a pretty wide spread of selection, 11 batteries deep, both charging and deep cycle. And they even have AGM batteries. There isn't some of the bells and whistles that you saw with Norse and Abyss and a few of those others, but they are extremely light batteries. And they guarantee their quality and they're worth a look. Alright guys, that is it. Hope this helped. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know which one you preferred the most. Still got a few cool things I want to touch with on this IBEX show before we leave Florida for good, and then it's back to the grind. Stay tuned, guys.